My name is Mathieu, and although I'm not a classically trained chef, my passion for cooking and refined palate have earned me great respect in the culinary industry. Join me as I taste my way around the world, one bite at a time. This is Takin' a Bite, Ottawa. A benchmark in luxury accommodations and impeccable service, the Fairmont Château Laurier changed the face of downtown Ottawa when it opened on June 1st, 1912. Nestled inside of this beautiful castle is Zoe's Lounge, where I'm about to enjoy one of the poshest activities here in Ottawa. Care to join me for a spot of tea? Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen you, but I've never experienced this. This is something that everybody talks about. When you go to Ottawa, you should go for high tea. Wait, it's not high tea though, right?
No, it's not high tea. It's actually, a lot of people call it high tea, but
Yeah.
high tea has a lot more meats and fish and things like that. It's something that people confuse all the time.
Yeah.
It's actually called afternoon tea.
Okay.
So, and it's funny because even that is a little bit different.
Oh.
So you have afternoon tea, or you can call it low tea if it was served on a lower table. So there's all sorts of little fine heights in afternoon tea.
Now, there's an opportunity to do different things. We consume tea, we consume food, and then we can also consume Prosecco.
Absolutely. So if you want to fancy up your afternoon tea,
I like that, yeah.
Especially on weekends, we see a lot of people coming in and they come in for celebrations or baby showers and wedding showers and that kind of thing. And of course, having a little glass of Prosecco or champagne never hurts with your afternoon tea.
Sounds good to me.
Just don't tell the British.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. All right. So, we got a beautiful tower here.
Yes.
This is designed for both of us, or?
So this is a single tea tower. So when you order afternoon tea, you will get this entire tea tower. Now, the other thing about afternoon tea is before the British used to have it, they say it's more around 4 o'clock. So it's meant to be kind of a meal replacement, if you will. So you have it here. We cheat the system with the time a little bit. So on the weekends, it's actually starts at noon and goes until 5 o'clock. You'll notice the sandwiches that we have. So they aren't the traditional little white bread tea sandwiches that you would get for afternoon tea. And we've added a bit of a modern day twist. Still a lot of the main components, so the cucumber sandwich, for example, but presented in a much different way. So all those sandwiches, you still have the lox, but still, again, presented in that open face style. So
taking it up a tier.
I like it.
You like that?
Yeah, that was
so,
good.
We've got some beautiful scones.
That's right.
Sandwiches, desserts.
Yes. And that's very traditional for afternoon tea. I will tell you, and I am willing to bet that once you taste one of our scones, you will agree with me that we make the best scones on earth.
The best scones on earth.
On earth.
On earth.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I promise you.
Okay, well, we'll get to there because I see there's Devonshire cream and I'm quite excited.
Again,
what is
it actually is clotted cream, and they
Right.
actually are two different things.
That's right, they
So
are.
people, it's so funny because those are all the things that I learned when I started here, because I started calling it Devonshire cream.
Yeah,
and they're like, it's not quite Devonshire cream. And those differences are very subtle,
Right.
but definitely there.
And we're going to be drinking some tea. So
Yes.
what kind of teas will we be drinking today?
So we have a variety, a big selection of teas.
Yeah,
so you can have anything from a black tea to a fruity tea. This today, what you see in front of me, is actually a blooming tea.
Yes.
So I know you are a tea connoisseur, if you will.
Somewhat.
So
Somewhat.
you know exactly what this is, and it's really interesting because what happens with this is it comes in a bit of a ball, and people, if they've never seen it, it's worth getting that blooming tea to see it really open up into a flower.
Right. So they take the whole leaves and they bundle it up.
That's right.
And tie it up and dry it up, and that way, when it does hit the water,
That's
in
right.
a short period of time, it'll bloom into a beautiful
They
flower.
say approximately 7 minutes, and you
Right.
want to make sure that it steeps for that long because you want the flavors to really come through.
Exactly. Steeping time is very important when it comes to tea.
Absolutely. And also your water. So your water
100%.
has to be boiled and properly boiled.
Yeah, temperatures are
Hot
important.
water just doesn't cut it.
No, exactly. And different varieties of tea require different temperatures, to be precise.
Absolutely. You're right. See, I knew you were a connoisseur.
Hey,
You did
Prosecco and
much
tea
better
and
than-
food, I'm here.
You're here. Excellent.
All right, so in this pot, What are we going to be trying?
We have the Fairmont Earl Grey. So
Okay.
our tea actually comes from a company that specializes the teas and does some specialty teas just for Fairmont.
Cool.
So that's our Fairmont Earl Grey, and it
Awesome.
is delicious. It's a little more buttery than a traditional.
Oh man. If you've been taking part in any of my cooking segments, butter is very important. So I mean, that sounds like amazing tea.
Yeah, you will love it. You will love it. But it's a very traditional black tea,
Yeah.
but again, has that more buttery taste to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Now-
Well, why don't we see? Let's pour some tea and.
There you go. Let's do that.
I'll try the
Although
Earl
the
Grey.
Prosecco is always a great.
Oh well, we will consume that as well.
So you'll notice that the blooming tea is very light.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't come dark. And then yours
Yeah.
is much darker, that black tea approach. So many choose to drink their Earl Grey tea with milk.
Yeah.
So some don't, some do, but a lot of people love it with milk. How do you like yours?
I like my tea black.
You do, you like your tea black. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna save the clotted cream for the desserts.
Yes, well the clotted cream, I will tell you, is delicious with our homemade jam, because we
Well,
actually
yeah,
make
of
that
course.
jam in-house.
I love the homemade jams because homemade jams, don't have those additives, those preservatives. I have to try the tea.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm gonna look for that buttery flavor.
Yes.
That texture, flavor?
Flavor.
Flavor. You're right. I do kind of get that buttery flavor, and it is very smooth.
Yes.
Very smooth. Some really good flavors. It's a really nice Earl Grey for sure.
And what's nice about that one is, especially if you like to drink it black, having that smoother flavor, it goes down a little bit.
But there's a
nicer.
smooth texture.
Yeah.
I'll complement that with buttery flavor. It's almost like it feels like butter on your
There you
tongue.
go. Great.
Coming from a Frenchman.
Yeah, there
it's
you
a
go.
good thing. So what's the proper way to eat a scone?
The proper way to do it is actually to start with the jam and add the clotted cream on top.
So do you put it on top of the scone? You
Nope,
wow.
they will just. So no knife required.
Nice. So jam first,
Yes,
and then the clotted cream.
that's right.
So that means we get to put a nice big
Clump.
clump of clotted cream.
Yes.
That's the best part. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And I think it's your favorite part, right?
It's my favorite
Okay,
part,
so
for sure.
and then you want to go with your clotted cream. Now you need to take a bite.
The jam smells amazing.
And yes, we have
Wow.
that too, but go ahead.
Wow.
Was it close?
Oh my goodness. Best in the universe.
I know, right?
It's perfect. It's not too dry.
Yep.
But you don't want it to be moist either because the scone
No.
shouldn't be moist. It's got a perfect consistency. And the jam is just perfectly sweet. It's not
Yeah.
too sweet.
And a little
It's
bit of a
perfectly
crunch
sweet.
on the outside. So,
Yep.
I mean, you have the bottom
You
piece
have the
there,
crisp,
but
yeah,
but you
for
have
sure.
that crispiness
And then that nice creamy,
texture.
oh my goodness, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Good.
What kind of sandwiches are we gonna try today?
So today we have the turkey on a beautiful puff pastry. Then, of course, you have a blue cheese and pear. You have the lox, so that smoked salmon, and again with the capers and
Those look like
they're a
fried
little bit
capers.
yeah, they're a little bit fried. And then, of course, I mean, it can't be afternoon tea without one cucumber sandwich, right?
Exactly.
And then you have the smoked meat sandwich.
You've told me already a couple times that you can't have afternoon tea without a cucumber sandwich.
Yes.
So, you know what, I'm gonna try that first.
Different, right? Very subtle in taste.
There's dill, right?
Yes, there is. Absolutely.
Getting dill. Very
Yeah.
nice and light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could eat a lot of these.
Yeah. So could I.
So now if I was going into the desserts, which one should I go for?
That's a hard choice for me because they're all fabulous. So if you look around, you have a little bit of everything, including our Canadian maple fudge. Then, of course, you have a nice little biscotti on the side, which is always nice with tea or coffee. For a really traditional afternoon tea, you'll often find pound cake. So we have a pound cake here,
Right.
but has really lovely flavors of orange with some cranberries and a little bit of a glaze on top.
All right, let's try this.
Yes. Again, not too heavy. Nice with the little glaze on top.
There's a lot of control in the sugar. You have sweetness, but
Yes.
it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important because when you're consuming or drinking tea,
Yes.
and I don't drink tea with sugar generally.
Yeah.
It's nice to have sweet elements, but you don't want it to
Yes.
be too sweet because you want that tea to be able to still, complement what you're eating.
That's right.
So, Deneen, it's been a pleasure. It's my first afternoon tea. I will surely be back.
What?
And I guess we should probably finish our Prosecco.
Don't you think? Cheers.
Cheers again. Thanks again.